Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's game announcements for the last week of August, so let's get started. Our first game announcement is the cyberpunk horror game Observer. Set in the dark dystopia that is 2084, people have turned to neural implants, kinetic drugs, and VR to distract themselves from the real world. Onimusha Warlords is a remastering of the original sword fighting action game with upgraded visuals, widescreen display options, an easy to play mode, and a brand new soundtrack. Damn View built from nothing gives off vibes of Hotline Miami, where you can take a variety of occupations, meet interesting characters in many city hotspots, and survive however you see fit. Aragami Shadow Edition is coming to the Switch and features full crossplay co-op features with PC and Xbox One players, and it will also include all of the previously available DLC. Releasing in early 2019, Hellpoint is a dark sci-fi action RPG set in an occult universe full of dynamic events with intense battles where death lurks around every corner. Announced and released this week, Into the Breach is a roguelike turn-based strategy game where you're given 3 mechs to defend an area from ever-growing number of enemies. P-Cube is bringing the tower defense action RPG Hell Wardens. Where you must fight hordes of demons head-on, you must also set up your defenses and order your troops to prepare for the onslaught, featuring 4-player local co-op and online multiplayer. Releasing September 6th, Hyper Light Drifter Special Edition will include new content exclusive for Switch, like outfits and weapons. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered is releasing digitally on the eShop October 16th for $19.99. Releasing September 27th, Towerfall will include both the Ascension and Dark World DLC packs, as well as a brand new 6-player battle mode and new characters from Celeste. Coming first to Nintendo Switch, Minako's Night Market boasts about 20 hours of gameplay and 4 large islands to explore, with tons of quests, odd jobs to keep you going, and is releasing in 2019. The horror survival adventure game with stealth mechanics, Fantarook, was announced and released this week on Switch, boasting refreshed visuals and enriched story from the original Steam release. Originally teased on Twitter, the action-adventure game Chasm is coming to the Switch, featuring 6 massively procedurally generated areas, challenging combat encounters, and some massive bosses to boot. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is a prequel to 2015's Rebel Galaxy. Set 34 years prior, you're an outlaw and a smuggler trying to figure out your life and your friends. Supergiant Games is bringing 2 games to the Switch. Bastion originally debuted in 2011 and is releasing September 13th, followed by the action RPG Transistor releasing November 1st for $19.99. Both of these games are considered amazing indie experiences. In We the Revolution, you're a judge of a revolutionary tribunal during the French Revolution, where you can preside over 100 different unique cases and run your very own court. Launching first on Switch, Sarvat is a voxel multiplayer arena game with different premises and game modes. Featuring an adventure mode and a gorgeous interactive comic book type story, Samurai Gun 2 is coming to the Switch in early 2019. The Escapist Complete Edition is releasing later this year, and they will include all of the previously available DLC. Untitled Goose Game is a stealth sandbox game where you control a goose on the loose, ready to cause havoc on any unsuspecting bystander. A classic beat-em-up series is coming back in Streets of Rage 4, releasing next year, and all signs point to a Switch release alongside the other consoles. Bullet H is a co-op action game with some mixed platforming, several continents to travel, and weapon upgradability. The real-time puzzle battling game The World Next Door features a story mode with branching dialogue options and interesting characters. Hellfront Honeymoon is a top-down multiplayer action game where up to 4 players can fight for control over a single battlefield. Race across thick forests, narrow trails, and rivers as you jump, slide, and try not to crash in lonely mountains downhill. Releasing in spring of 2019, La Mulana 2 combines Metroidvania and archaeological ruin exploration in an action-packed game. Merge Games announced 3 new Switch projects. The first one is the roguelike brawler adventure game set in the whimsical world Sparklight. Followed that up by the Walking Vegetables Radical Edition, which is a twin-stick shooter where you can upgrade your weapons and take out the zombie menace. And finally, Buildings Have Feelings 2 is a city management game full of comedy and quirky mechanics. Releasing in 2019, 3 Minutes to Midnight is an adventure game that promises a sprawling story and colorful and quirky characters. Appearing on the eShop, Time Carnage is a frantic survival wave shooter with gyro controls and 2-player local co-op. The Nintendo Switch exclusive Marble It Up is the spiritual successor to the Marble Blast series. Featuring 4-player local multiplayer matches, Treasure Stack is a fast-paced falling block puzzle game. Allowing you to build your own levels and share them with the community, Levelhead features 4-player local co-op. In Super Brothers Swords and Sorcery EP, you guide a warrior through the Bronze Age and a relaxing soundtrack with some rhythm-based combat. The multiplayer competitive party game Splash Blast Panic features 12 characters, up to 15 weapons or 4-player local co-op. Camco is bringing Revenant Dogma to the Switch. This is a fantasy RPG featuring 3D battles with 2D environments. Devolver Digital announced that Gato Roboto is releasing in 2019, which they're amusingly describing as a cat Metroidvania. Offering short matches, King of the Hat features quick and easy 2-player button controls and it includes online multiplayer. Releasing this fall, Black Quest Maker enables you to create your own RPG dungeons, full of puzzles, traps, secret doors, mobs, and anything you want. Safety First is a twin-stick physics puzzler with over 70 levels and silly slapstick comedy filled with challenges. Fly High Express held another announcement presentation showing 4 titles. The first one is the cooking simulator Gourmet Story, followed by Slime Tactics, which is a sequel to the popular mobile game Ambition of the Slimes. Spider Solitaire F is a card game releasing this winter, and finally the adventure game Ise Shima Mystery Guide The False Black Pearl is out later this year. A listing on the eShop appeared for Monster Loves You. This is a storybook adventure game where the choices you make may or may not matter. The 2-player adventure game inspired by escape rooms where you cooperate and become a storyteller, TikTok A Tale of Two, is releasing in 2019. The tower defense game Anthill Switch Edition has you eating your kills, landing surgical strikes, and upgrading your troops for victory. And was supposed to be releasing on Wii U, but this week we found out that the 8-bit shoot-'em-up platformer is coming to the Switch instead. Nippon Ichi Software announced that Lapis Lazuli Abyss is coming to the Switch. This is an action game with 8 playable characters and is releasing November 9th. The platformer Kentucky Robot Chicken is releasing September 6th. And that's all the game announcements we'll be covering this week. I wanted to quickly point out that every game that I cover is listed in the video description, and the link directing back to the announcement source is also there as well. So if you're interested in any more information on any of these games, that's a pretty good place to start. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!